Welcome to this short yoga class that will be featuring Warrior 3. So we'll pre-fatigue the muscles with some various exercises and then try Warrior 3. So it may feel a little bit different in your body. So to begin, let's roll the shoulders as we connect to our breath. And reverse. And let's bend at the elbows now, make circles with the entire arm or arms. And reverse. And stretch the arms out, press the palms away from you, and reach overhead. And hands come through center to heart. Namaste. Let's take those fingers and interlace them. And from here, roll through the wrists as we will be in quadruped a bit today, be in tabletop today. Pre-fatigue. And from here, stretch out one arm, palm toward me, wrist toward the sky. Other hand comes to the fingers or to the hand, and you press into the hand. Flip the hand the other way. Again, this hand, in my case, the right hand, presses back. Other side, palm toward me. And more gently the other way. Shake that out. And let's come into quadruped position. So tabletop. On your shins, on your hands. Floss out the spine a little here. Arch and round. Arch. Round. When we are in Warrior 3, we want a nice, strong, neutral spine. So here we explore the extremes. And then come back to regular tabletop. I'm losing my glasses today. Back to regular tabletop. So isolating movement in the spine. Small squeeze through your inner thighs here. As you exhale, pull that belly button kind of up and in slightly and release. Let the pelvic floor come up and in. Release. Don't really see any outer movement here. If I was wearing something tighter, you'd be able to see my belly moving. A little squeeze here. Release. Next time you squeeze, see if you can just flex a little bit through the lower spine and keep the upper spine very, very still. This may be frustrating. It may be challenging. But if you really engage here, you can feel your core, which is what we want. And just have a sense of where our spine is for Warrior 3. Hopefully, I'm trying to look. My upper back isn't moving. Okay, and now still that. And let's see if we can round just the upper back. Try to keep the lower back still. Round upper back. And see if you can come back to neutral. Round upper back. Neutral. A little arch there. And then come back to neutral and see if you can just arch upper back and bring it back to center. And the head will naturally follow, but the movement doesn't originate from the head. Hopefully it's between your shoulder blades. This is not easy. And then arch the spine fully and round, let the spine go. the way we like to. Ah. And let's tuck the toes and come into downward facing dog to find that length through the back of the legs and just pedal the feet. The legs are very strong in warrior three. Long, I'm sorry, my glasses are falling off again. Long legs, active foot of the lifted leg. So let's prepare for that by coming down again. It's just a break for your knees. And extend that right leg behind you. Slide the toes along the earth and then pull it in. Slide the leg long, pull it in, and see if you can keep neutral spine. So your natural curves is what I mean by that. Everything is active as you breathe long and deep. And then from here, you can pull that knee in. You can lift the foot now. This is kind of a part of bird dog. Pull it in, lengthen out, pull it in, lengthen out. Now, if you wish here, we can add on a long arm, long leg, and pull it in. But today, I don't want you to round through the spine. So only pull that elbow in as far as it will come without rounding. One more time, lengthen and set those toes down. Arm can stay lifted. Lower the arm, lift the arm, lower and lift. In some variations, well, more the full expression of warrior three, our arms are often overhead in line with the ears. So this is for the shoulder. Now, if you wish, you can lift that opposite leg. Maybe point the toes really actively here. Lower and lift. Just do two more. Hopefully your glute is also turning on if the leg is moving. Shoulder, doing that cross lateral line. And then lift that arm and leg up and bring them out on a diagonal and bring them back in. Just two more. Last one. And then set everything down. We have lots of work there. Come back into your downward facing dog. Press through the hands. And then roll forward into plank. Knees could be down here. Then bring the chest through the arms into your high cobra. Just to stretch out the front. And then tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Roll forward again into your plank. Hover those knees off the earth and lift. Hover. Lift. Hover. Lift. Let them come down back into tabletop. This time, I want you to wag your tail. Look over to over the same shoulder. So C-curve the spine. This is something we don't want in warrior three. That's just to loosen things up. Getting a sense of our spines. And back to center. Slide the left leg long, toes along the earth. It's a nice variation. So we can continue with a few repetitions here. Trying to keep even weight through the hands and the opposite shin. And see if you can focus on keeping the head in alignment with the rest of the spine. So we're not like this, like some people are in warrior three. The head is level. This time, pull that knee in. You could lift the leg. Active foot, whether it be flexed or pointed. So you can do either in warrior three as well. I do like a flexed foot in warrior three. Flexed as in dorsiflex, like this, like my foot right now. One more time, send it out. Bring it in. Next time you send it out, lengthen opposite arm if you wish. Integrate the ribs and then come in with knee and with elbow, but we're not rounding. Ribs glide slightly toward the pelvis. 2 more. Last one, reach everything long. Set the toes down. The right hand can touch the earth and then lift and touch and lift. And see if when you lift it, if you can get your ear, your arm in line with your ear. It may not be possible for everyone's shoulders, but also have a bend in the arm. Right? Do whatever you need to. May not be straight, but if you can get the arm long. And from here, we'll lift the opposite leg. I'm going to point my toes here and lower, lift and lower. And try not to bow through your middle like I was there. Practiced a lot of Pilates yesterday. And lift and lower. 2 more. Besides, way tired, way more tired. And lift. And then extend the arm and leg out to the side and back in. So in a diagonal and back in. One more time, reach. And back in. Set the hand down, set the toes down. Then let's pull that left leg through to the front of the mat. From here, we'll come right into our warrior 3. If you have blocks, you could place them in front of your mat here. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and then lift the right leg off the earth. So here we are in our warrior 3 with the hands down. What I'm hoping for today, what we just did was to pre-fatigue all the muscles that required when we're in our warrior 3 lifted, right, really strong through our trunk. And if the arms come overhead, this requires those ribs to be integrated, the spine to be neutral, arms in line with the ears. Also try airplane arms. Take the arms out to the side. Bring the hands together and reach them out. Hands together. Reach them out. Don't forget that active back foot and a micro bend in the supporting leg, standing leg. One more time, arms open and send the fingertips back toward your toes. Maybe even point the lifted leg, the toes lifted leg. And then bend that lead knee so you can plant that back foot. Lengthen through lead leg here. And we'll fold forward. Forward folding triangle. Ah. And then set down that back shin and send that left leg long once more. And we'll take the foot and cross it over to the opposite side and look over toward the toes. And from here, we'll lift that leg, take it out to the side, set the foot down, rotate toward lead leg, and then thread left hand underneath the right one. Just a few times. One more reach. Bring the hand forward and almost sit back as much or as little as you can. And then bring the knees side by each. A little different order here. Let's take that right leg back, cross it over, look to the foot, lift that leg, bring it out to the opposite side, to the right side. Right arm rotates open and thread hand toward the left armpit. Again, reach. and rotate. One more time. Look up. Place that right hand on the earth. Maybe you set the hips back to any degree. Maybe they don't come back at all. And then hands come forward as you take that right leg back behind you and pull it through the hands. So we're coming to the other side. So prepare for your warrior three here. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Take that leg high if possible to parallel. You might stay low or you might come off the earth. Arms might be by the sides of the ears, more challenging variation. It could be at heart center. All that prep work we did, that pre-fatiguing. And take those arms into airplane. And allow the hands to clap together and spread wide and come together. Spread wide. Have this come from the shoulder blades. Last one. Arm sweep back. So the fingers point toward the back leg, point back toes. And then set that back foot down. Reach up for the sky as you lengthen right leg and pour your body forward. And stretch out the hamstring on this side. Right, inhale here. And exhale, set that back shin down. Just take that right leg back behind you and come onto the belly. Forehead to hands, bend the knees, windshield washer, or drape the shin side to side. Legs can come down, one little sphinx or low cobra. And roll onto your back. And take those legs high into the sky. Flex the feet. And you might hold the backs of the hamstrings to pull them toward the nose for another little stretch for the back line. Pull those knees into your chest. Really let the lower back round here. And take it into a happy baby so the knees are nice and wide. You might even stay nice and soft, just like this, if you're seeking that rounding in the lower back, or clasp hands around the outsides of the feet. Feet can come together in the air and let them come to the earth. Knees open, cobblers. And you might stay this way for Savasana or take yourself long or on your belly, however you like to practice. Won't be long today. This is a short class. To come into this moment. If your legs are splayed in cobblers, close the knees like a book, heel toe, the feet to the outside edges of the mat. So you're a knee mountain now for a few breaths. Release pelvic floor, release lower back, sacrum. And circle those shins round. So you can soften. Roll the wrists and ankles. Switch directions. Or you hug those knees in again. And come on to one side. Tiny little ball. And then push yourself up to seated. Roll your head to one side and then maybe the other. And come back to center. Arms reach as you look up. And hands come to your forehead. May our thoughts come from our hearts. Bring your hands to your throat and mouth. May our words be compassionate and kind. And to our hearts, that compassion lies. Thank you for practicing with me today. Sat Nam. I hope you felt pre-fatigue today for your Warrior 3. I know I was. That was quite challenging to try to keep form after pre-fatiguing. So let me know how that went for you in the comments below. And please check out the full library. Take care.